Hi, I'm Jeff Stokes. Welcome to Jeff's Daily Dose of Encouragement. Today I want to encourage you that the time is not yet. What do I mean by that? In Matthew 24 it says this, and given the context of what's happening in the world today, especially the wars between Russia and Ukraine, there's also wars on the border of India and Pakistan and Kashmir, the war obviously in the Middle East where Iran has been a threat for years, and Israel and the United States are trying to deal with all the terrorist threat and stuff over there, and the whole region's basically in conflict. It can seem like the end of the world's coming, but Jesus said this way back to the disciples, and that was over 2,000 years ago, and it says, "And you shall hear of wars and rumours of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows." And then I'll skip a few verses and go to this verse 15, and it says, "When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, then let them which be in Judea flee to the mountains," etc. So the end will start to happen when that abomination of desolation is set up in the holy place. And further down he talks about a great tribulation. When that great tribulation happens, then you can start to look for the end to come. And in verse 29 it says, in Matthew 24 verse 29, it says, "Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory, and shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet." That's the last trumpet. "And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other." Okay, so the end is not yet, just because there's wars and everything going on, and it's the Middle East and all that sort of thing, doesn't mean to say it's the end yet, because it's got to be the abomination of desolation, it's got to be the great tribulation, and then after that, stuff in the stellar heavens is going to start falling apart and everything. The sun shall not, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon won't give light. All that's going to be thrown into chaos. And then the Son of Man will appear in heaven. So the end is not yet, so we shouldn't be getting troubled and worried about the world's going to end sort of thing, because it's not. And just to add another thing on there's a lot of doomsayers out in the climate, what I call the climate change cult, that's saying, "Oh, we need to stop using fossil fuels and all this because we're going to destroy the world." That is not what's going to do it. If you don't know the Lord Jesus Christ, if you confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For whosoever shall confess that Jesus is the Son of God, God dwells in him, and he in God. And the thing is that even though that's not, the end of the world's not coming yet, we never know when it's going to be our time to be taken from this earth. God's numbered our days, and so we need to have faith in Jesus Christ no matter what happens, so that our soul is safe no matter what. God bless you. Have a great day.